What if I told you the story of a man who started life in chains and ended it as one of America's first black Muslim property owners and entrepreneurs? Yarrow Mamout didn't just survive, he thrived, breaking barriers and building a legacy that still inspires today. But how did a man defy such impossible odds? This is his untold story. Yarrow Mamout was born in 1736 in Guinea, West Africa, among the proud Fulani people, renowned for their deep trust in Allah and enduring love for the Prophet Muhammad. He grew up in a tight-knit Muslim community where life revolved around faith, family, and learning. But at the tender age of 16, Yarrow's peaceful world was shattered. White slave traders raided his homeland, tearing him away from everything he knew and loved. Chained and shackled, he was forced onto a ship bound for the Americas, a journey known as the Middle Passage. The stench of death filled the airs. Hundreds of captives lay crammed together in darkness. As the ship rocked violently over endless waves, their cries of despair were drowned out by the crashing sea. Yarrow, beaten into submission and given barely enough food or water to survive, clung to his faith. He silently whispered prayers and called to Allah in the suffocating darkness. Yarrow drew strength from the recitation of the Quran he carried in his heart. He trusted deeply that Allah would guide him through. After weeks of unimaginable suffering, the ship finally reached the shores of Maryland. Yarrow stepped onto the foreign soil of America, a land where his resilience and faith would be tested like never before. Yet in the face of unimaginable cruelty, Yarrow carried something the slavers could never take: his unshakable belief in Allah and the hope of freedom. After decades of relentless labor, Yarrow Mamout achieved what many enslaved people of his time could only dream of. At the age of 60, he was granted his freedom, a monumental milestone in a world where the shackles of slavery rarely loosened. But freedom was not the end of his struggle. It was the beginning of a new battle. As a black man in post-revolutionary America, Yarrow stepped into a society that was built to exclude him. The scars of slavery lingered in every corner. Opportunities were scarce, and prejudice was woven into the fabric of daily life. Employers turned him away simply because of the color of his skin. Everywhere he went, whispers of disdain followed him. Yet Yarrow refused to let these barriers define him. Guided by his unshakable faith in Allah, he took small but deliberate steps toward independence. He worked tirelessly, taking on back-breaking labor as a porter, hauling goods through Georgetown's bustling streets. Every coin he earned was carefully saved, every effort an investment in a future he believed Allah would bless. Yarrow's resilience became his greatest weapon in a world that seemed intent on keeping him down. He remained steadfast in prayer, seeking strength from Allah and wisdom from the lessons of the Quran. His faith reminded him that hardship is never permanent, and with patience, even the most difficult paths can lead to prosperity. Yarrow refused to let the barriers of the world define him. With nothing but his faith and an unbreakable will, he began to rebuild his life step by step. He took on the work others ignored, laboring in homes where he was barely acknowledged and accepting wages that barely reflected his effort. Each coin he earned was a seed, carefully planted with hope and determination. Through cold winters and sweltering summers, Yarrow carried on, whispering prayers to Allah as he toiled. His back ached and his hands blistered, but his heart remained steadfast. He treated every small effort as an act of faith, a step toward the future Allah had written for him. And slowly, those small steps began to form the foundation of something extraordinary. Incredibly, by the age of 65, Yarrow Mamout had saved enough to buy property in Georgetown, Washington, D.C. This he had achieved through relentless hard work, trust in Allah, and smart savings. It was a truly monumental achievement, a freedman owning property in a society built on the systemic oppression. But Yarrow didn't stop there. His vision extended beyond the modest earnings of daily labor. With every penny he saved, he sought opportunities to grow, not just for himself, but for the community he cherished. He began investing in local businesses, lending his hard-earned money to those in need, and even placing trust in banks that rarely welcomed men like him. Yarrow's financial acumen and unwavering integrity earned him great respect across Georgetown. His neighbors, both black and white, admired his tireless work ethic and the quiet dignity he carried himself with. Many marveled at how a man who once had nothing now contributed to the very economy that once enslaved him. Yarrow became a living example of perseverance, proving that faith and determination could overcome even the greatest odds. His story was so inspiring that one neighbor, moved by his resilience, commissioned a portrait of Yarrow. The artist behind the piece was Charles Wilson Peale, one of the most renowned portraitists of the time. Peale captured Yarrow's strength and wisdom in every brushstroke, immortalizing a man who had transformed his life and inspired those around him. The portrait stands as a testament to Yarrow's legacy, a reminder that even in the face of immense adversity, greatness is possible. Through every challenge, Yarrow's faith in Allah remained his compass, and his love for Prophet Muhammad was very visible. He prayed daily, fasted regularly, and carried his Quran wherever he went. Yarrow's life was a testament to the Islamic values of patience, perseverance, and trust in Allah. For this incredibly resilient man, success was about having purpose. He believed his achievements were a gift from Allah, and he used them to uplift his community. In 1823, at the age 87, Yarrow Mamout passed away, but his legacy lives on. His portrait, now preserved in museums, serves as a reminder of how early Muslims in America showed resilience and how their trust in Allah paved the path for success. Yarrow was a trailblazer who proved that no obstacle is too great when paired with determination and tawakkul ala Allah. His journey serves as a lesson for us all. Share this story to honor his legacy and inspire others. Subscribe to Muslim Directory for more untold stories of resilience, faith, and triumph.